What's it like? ¿Cómo es? What's it like? ¿Cómo es? ¿Cómo es trabajar aquí? What's it like to work here? También se admite what's it like working here. What's it like to work here? Bueno, aparte de que mi jefe me da por sentado. Es decir, apart from the fact. Aparte de qué. En inglés decimos aparte del hecho de que. Añadimos el hecho. Apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted. No me toma en serio. He takes me for granted. Everything is okay. I like my job. What's it like to work here? ¿Cómo es trabajar aquí? What's it like to live in Spain? What's it like to teach English on television? What's it like to use this microphone? Well, apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted, it's okay. Yes. What's it like to work there? Apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted, it's okay. Excuse me, what's it like to work there? Well, apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted, it's okay. What's it like to work there? What's it like? 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 What's it like es la contracción de what is it like? What is it like? Aprender esto bien. Luego gerundio o infinitivo, ambos nos valen. What's it like working there? What's it like to work there? ¿Cómo es? ¿Cómo es? No, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Said how is it? Pero what is it like? What's it like is ¿cómo es? What's it like? ¿Cómo es vivir en Texas? What's it like to live in Texas? ¿Cómo es trabajar con él? What's it like trabajar ahí? What's it like? What's it like? Se hace contracción siempre. What's it? No tienes que hacer contracción tú, pero los antiguos lo hacemos siempre. What's it like? What is it like? What is it like? What's it like to work there? What's it like to work there? O gerundio. What's it like working there? What's it like working there?
Hey, how's it going? So, are you gonna ask me how the interview for the job went? The modeling job? Well, I got it. You are now looking at a professional model. So go on, ask me, what's it like to be a professional model? Come on, ask me. Well, what can I say? What is it like to be a professional model? Fantastic! This is the start of something new. I mean, I wonder, what's it like to work as a professional model? What's it like to be loved by everyone? What's it like to work in a place where you don't have to take orders from someone like Harriet? It has to be amazing. Now, a question for you. What's it like learning English from a professional model? Has to be pretty spectacular, right? I wonder, what is it like to work in a place where you don't have to serve tea and coffee all day? What's it like to work in a place where everyone is as beautiful as you are? But I've always been the most beautiful in every place that I've worked. What's it going to be like?
What's it like to work there? Well, apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted, it's okay. Apart from the fact that... Bueno, primero la palabra del día. First word of the day. Tribe. Escucha, tribe. ¿Qué es tribu? Una tribu. An Indian tribe. Tribal laws. A tribal procession. A tribe. Yes, I'm not a member of a tribe. Are you a member of a tribe? Tribe. Tribu. Okay. What's it like to work there? Well, apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted. Aparte del hecho de que. Si fijaos en inglés se dice el hecho de que. En español diríais aparte de que el jefe, aparte del jefe, o a pesar de que el jefe me tome por supuesto, por cosa sentada, por cosa hecha, que no me tiene total respeto no me toma muy en cuenta, no se preocupa por mí. He takes me for granted. Me da por concedido, por hecho. Apart from the fact that In spite of the fact that, simply of the fact that, yeah, apart from the fact that my boss takes me for granted, it's okay, I don't mind working there.
It's that time of year again, and I have to assess my staff's performance. So let's see. We've got George. Well, apart from the fact that George is a bit stupid, he is quite useful. So, 3 out of 10? Should we give him a 3 out of 10? 3 out of 10. And then there's Felicity. Apart from the fact that Felicity is quite annoying, she is rather popular with the guests. So, 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10. And then, of course, there's Mike. Ugh. Well, I mean, apart from the fact that Mike is a bit empalagoso, a bit cheesy, Mike is a bit cheesy. Apart from the fact that he's a bit cheesy, he is pretty popular with the female guests. It's surprising, but true. So, let's give him a 5 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, now that I think about it, apart from the fact that my team is a bit eccentric, well, I mean, I think they're all right. Dilo conmigo. Apart from the fact that my team is eccentric, they're all right. Yeah, I think so. Apart from the fact that they're eccentric, they're all right.
Doy por sentado que quieres mejorar tu inglés. I take for granted. I take for granted. Literalmente tomo por concedido, literalmente. I take for granted. Y también puedes tomar a gente for granted. Quiere decir que esa gente no le tomas tan en serio. Va. Manolo no se va a quejar. Nah, no le vamos a subir el sueldo y no va a decir nada. Va. No te preocupes por Manolo. I'm taking Manolo for granted. A lo mejor luego tengo una sorpresa. You know, to take for granted. Ahora, ¿cómo es trabajar en esa empresa? Bueno, aparte del hecho de que el jefe me tomo como persona problemática, todo va bien. What's it like? What's it like? What's it like to work in that company? Well, apart from the fact that the boss takes me for granted, it's okay. But the boss takes me for granted. He thinks I'm not going to cause any problems. Yeah, he takes me for granted. Richard, don't worry about Richard. He's taking me for granted. Can you believe it? But apart from that, it's okay working there. That's what it's like.
Oh, the writing's so small. I have to fill in this questionnaire. Staff satisfaction. Young people these days. Listen to this question. What's it like to work in the hotel? Well, what is it like to work in this hotel? Well, apart from the fact that my boss, Harriet, takes me for granted, it's okay, I suppose. She does, doesn't she? She does take me for granted. You know it. You see it every week. She takes me for granted. And she's not the only one, you know. George takes me for granted. Oh, Mike takes me for granted every day. And you know, even Felicity, I do love the poor girl, but she takes me for granted too. And I think they do it. I think they take me for granted because I'm old. Well, I'm not that old. Maybe I should give them a shock and quit my job. I'm going to do it. Let's see if they take me for granted then.